All right, what is up, guys? My name is Coriola, and welcome to episode 25 of my Out of the Park Baseball 18 franchise with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We are here today at the 2026 midseason. Right now, we're sitting at 29 and 28, 5.5 games out of the division, and in the wild card standings, we are just 2 games out of the second spot and only 2.5 out of the first spot. So let's take a look at a team. I can say pitching good, offense bad, and that's pretty much all you need to know for this season. We have had a couple of injuries, and by a couple I mean a few. Jeff Remy, it's been a while, so I don't know what was preseason, spring training. Remy is out for 4 weeks. He was not pitching well. Nate Barrett, I believe he was injured during spring training. Carl Edwards is out for the season, torn UCL. Alex Reyes is out for the season with elbow reconstruction surgery. David Hamilton, who's hitting .327, he was having an awesome season, is out for 3 weeks, and Royce Lewis, who is also having an awesome season, is also out for 3 weeks. So our lineup right now looks like Hartonen leading off, hitting .231, Kiragashi .329, 9 home runs. Gwon-woo Kim come down a bit. He was hitting in the mid 270s. Now he's at .269 with 13 home runs. He's having a nice rookie campaign for us. Sean Miller has not been good, .221, 9 home runs. Keston Hiura, in his final year of team control, is on pace for -1 WAR, .221 average, 8 home runs. Adam Hazley's had a very nice season, .299, 358 on base. Jose Herrera's also had a nice season, .269, 5 home runs so far. And David Bedgood, .289 and 8 home runs. So really, we're just missing Hamilton and what's his name? Royce Lewis. So, but our starting pitching, ignore this outlier because Kim has been terrible. But I mean, our top 3 have been fan-freaking-tastic. Jeffrey Rodriguez has finally had the breakout season I've been waiting for. Has a .259 ERA, on pace for 4.6 wins above replacement. Katsui Miyauchi is on pace for nearly 8 wins. He has .263 ERA so far. He's been unbelievable. And then Ricardo Salinas has been very nice, .264. Kim has been awful, .785. Jose Alberto's .594. In the bullpen, Nikaido .300, Inoa .353, and now I'm kind of feeling like I want to make him a starter again. Ishikawa .231, Groom .321. He's had a nice season so far. Diego Cordero in 3 games, 3 innings pitched, has this was the guy I'd sent down last episode. I was trying to remember who that was. Cordero has a 0 ERA in 3 innings pitched. Andrew Suarez .401 and Travis McGregor .421. So if we had another pitcher here, I would totally put Inoa back into the rotation. I think I'm going to do it anyway. If I can, yes, you can. And then for Kim, I'm going to force him into the bullpen because he's been terrible. So now, there we go. This is the updated pitching staff. For now, we are here at the first year player draft. We will have the 12th overall pick. Let's get to it. Kansas City, #1 overall, takes a first baseman, Omari Duronslet, who looks pretty good. 22 years old, though a bit old. Steve Clark goes to Boston, #2. Pitcher with really good command and a big repertoire. Cincinnati takes Dan Wasik, strikeout stuff guy. Chicago takes the left fielder Eric Gerke. The Los Angeles Angels take pitcher Chad Taylor. Looks pretty good. He's a 20-year-old lefty. Man, actually, this is really good prospect right here. Seattle takes Josh Quinn, 22-year-old right-handed pitcher. The Dodgers take Lupe Puente. Again, a guy with really good stuff, although not as many good pitches as the top overall guy who went. Mike Wilkie, power-hitting left fielder, goes to St. Louis. Oakland takes pitcher Dan Works, who looks like a very nice pitcher, who I might have considered drafting. And Cleveland takes Jorge Zapata. And Atlanta takes Steve Markham, 23 years old. That's pretty old for a draft pick. Sorry, just thirsty. All right. So, if Ruder was hitting well, I would totally force start him over here, but he's not. So our farm system's pretty weak. So I think we can really go with a strategy of best player available. I think that makes a lot of sense right now. Is that Talbot being... Yeah, that's a problem with changing scouting directors. Alright, so top available players are 2 closers. Got a pitcher who looks pretty solid, at least scouting director wise, although that third pitch is suspect. Here's a third baseman, Vince Stevens, who I like quite a bit. You know, Kira Higashi's not going anywhere, but he isn't getting younger. We have a left-handed pitcher, Dan Bass Base, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. A center fielder, Joe Brooks. Man, OSA does not like any of these guys. Another closer, a reliever, left-handed starter. He looks pretty nice, although movement is pretty low for him. Catcher, another pitcher, control suspect, and third pitch is also suspect. A shortstop, Jamie Kiger, who looks pretty solid. Looks like he can move around the field a bit. Another third baseman, Alfredo Paredes. Pitcher, Sergio Bravo, who can also play the field pretty well. Center fielder, Jack of all trades. Man, I think... Ooh, here's another pretty solid third baseman. I like Alvarado, but I think... Let's see what scouting director recommends. They recommend Kevin Green. And I don't really like that for a few reasons. So I am going to... Is that... Any is not Nevada. Why can't I think of this? Is it Nevada? No. Is it? Oh, this is awkward. Anyway, I really like Vince Stevens. I don't know with this pick. And not Joe Brooks, no. I also like the shortstop Kiger from Riverside. Although his bat doesn't look like it's going to be great. Stevens looks like he's going to have a really nice bat in the future. So with the 12th overall pick, I will be taking Vince Stevens from Valley. Nebraska, duh, obviously. All right. Yes, I was looking up on my phone the whole time. All right, so next pick here in the supplemental pick for... Can't remember who that's for. I definitely am considering Huddleston here. Who else is available? Joe Brooks is available. Alfredo Paredes is available, but I don't want to double down on third baseman quite yet. and also Alvarado's still available. So I think taking a pitcher like Chris Huddleston makes a lot of sense. I think at worst he can be a solid reliever for us. So we will take Huddleston with our second pick in the first round. And then Joe Brooks, bat doesn't look great. We've also got Alvarado here, who I quite like because he's got a good bat and good speed. So I'm going to be taking him here in round 2. Move on to round 3. Joe Brooks is still available, so now I will take him. See if he can do something with his bat in the future. Kevin Costley, closer. I think his stuff is a bit low for like a good back-end closer. Another third baseman looks like a solid bat. Chris Rosenblum, he is impossible. Who else do we have? Another impossible third baseman. Here's a second baseman who I like a good bit. Eric Perry, not to be confused with the one, the only Eric Berry, the best football player in the National Football League. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, I'm going to get hated on pretty hard for that. Another second baseman looks pretty nice. Sergio Rin. Ooh, but a shortstop. And you know what they say, if he's a bad shortstop, turn him into a second baseman. So I'll take Chris Butler here. That's round 5. Round 6, we will go with Rin. Then up onto round 7. I kind of like Kevin Allen. Take him, right fielder. Next up, yeah, sure, Pat Velasco, catcher from Minnesota. See, I'm not bad with states. I just, for a second, couldn't remember that Nebraska existed. All right, I'm going to take that first baseman, Galashaw. Wow. All right. I always think it's important to check out one-star shortstops like Luis Aguilar. If he's still there, take him. All right. Anyone else I want? Sure, I'll take Chris Herrera from. I thought that said Kansas, Minnesota. I was gonna be a bit confused there. All right. Anyone else who really intrigues me? Yeah, this catcher does. Poreka. I think he will be the last pick of the draft for me in round 12. So that'll be it for this time. I don't think any impossible guys, which is unusual for me. But yeah, they've all been offered. We got one guy in the 15th round. Doesn't look too bad. We don't have a ton of money, though, so I will pass on him. Yeah, if these guys wanted lower bonuses, I would totally offer them. They look pretty solid. Chad Tucker and Derek Hoffman, but we need to save the money for either adding on trades or in international amateur free agency. Speaking of international amateur free agency, we are back on the 2nd of July. And we are in the midst of a 7-game winning streak. We are now half a game up on the first wild card spot. And we are only a game out of the division. Colorado has slipped a little bit. They were over 600 as far as winning percentage goes. And now they are down to 580. And yeah, we got 3 players back off disabled list. We got Royce Lewis back. He will be playing shortstop like he does. We got David Hamilton back. And I was decided between starting him and Bedgood. And I said Lewis back. We sent down Carlos Cortez when we got Lewis back. We sent down Steve Hartinen when we got Hamilton back, who somehow still has options. But I'm going to remove the forced start from him. and just let our manager decide. Salinas is hurt, but it was only a 5-day injury, so he'll be back by his next start. Almost, I think we'll have to skip him for 1 day. But yeah, starting pitching has regressed a little bit, although has done a not fantastic. I was trying to say fantastic, and then I decided to switch to fine, but it came out like fantastic. As you can tell, a disaster. Nikaido's been fantastic as our closer. Wow, I'm sorry. That's not how I speak. Anyway, just checking out our minor leagues. Takemu Collins is hitting well. I think I'm actually going to call him up. I'm going to send down Josh Reuter just for a bit more development. And we also got Nate Barrett back. So he will enter our bullpen as a middle reliever. Jason Groom up to setup, man. Not terrible. And sent down Diego Cordero to make a roster spot for his face. Nate Barrett is trying to remember who came back. What is it with third baseman this year? Normally third basemen are like really hard to find. There's just a plethora of them this year. This guy, Alfredo Carmona, has just great power and great contact, so yeah. And I can't remember if I did, but if I said Victor Steffens and not Victor Stevens earlier, I apologize. We're calling him Victor Stevens. I know I have trouble deciding on pronunciation, and that's what I'm doing this time. Damn it. All right, so our losing streak comes to an end. Philadelphia is in first place, so I'm still happy taking 2 out of 3 from them. Us and Colorado are the only teams above 500. We play them twice before the trade deadline, but now, of course, we're losing to... San Diego's at 500, but San Francisco is below. As Jeff Remy is eligible to come back, I think we are going to send him to AAA. He was doing a good job in Reno to start the season, and we'll let him get a little bit more development until we need him again. We take the series, and speak of the devil, Nikaido will be out for 2 weeks. They messed up with the new update. They messed up the order of where the disabled list is. So Jeff Remy will come right back up to Arizona. Draft pick signing deadline. We are good. Actually, I don't think I have the budget to get either of those guys. So we will continue on. Received a message. Hopefully. Carmona signed yesterday, and I didn't notice. Our bench coach's contract is expiring. He's done a pretty good job with us so far. So I will give him a 2-year extension. That seems perfectly fair. So we got Carmona. Jeffrey Rodriguez, his contract is up at the end of the season, and of course he's having a great season. Does not want big money. He is showing signs of regression, both in his performance and his ratings, but I'm fine giving him like a 3-year deal with 2 team options just to be really safe, because this is not a lot of money. I was expecting him to want somewhere around the lines of 8 to 10 million. So yeah, he's really only getting 1 year of extension guaranteed, and if he's bad, then we can opt out of the contract. So that's a good deal for us. We have to promote people from the international squad, as we do not receive any compensation picks because we did not sign any early round picks. All right, all the 18-year-olds. Looks like one pretty good prospect, Juan Banda, sorry. I'm just missing letters today, it seems. And second baseman, Sarabia. I was trying to check and see if there's an N. And Luis Castro. Did I unselect all of them? No, thank God. All of you guys are being promoted to the lowest possible level. Have fun. This catcher waiting in the wings, as well as Alfredo Carmona, Any other, like, 1-star guys that might be decent? Juan Francia. Ooh, hello. Arrigo Lavorato, center fielder, who looks pretty good. I will offer him all of my remaining money. Whoops, that was too much money. We will have $2,000, almost $3,000 available if we sign him. So we got 3 against Kansas City. They're either in first place of their division or first in the wild card. They're in a bit of a competition with Minnesota, although they kicked our ass game 1 and beat us game 2. We are still only 1.5 back as Colorado is also losing, which is nice. And last game we don't play, but Colorado also loses, and we got Lavorato. So game got rained out. Now we've got 3 against Washington in Washington before the All-Star break. I have no idea how they're doing this season, but we take the first game, and we get the extension for Jeffrey Rodriguez, so he will be around for at least another season after this one. Game 2, we win. And last game before the All-Star break, as we are now tied for first with Colorado, as they keep losing. They have not done well. We sweep, and Colorado loses again. So they won, I think they lost 2 out of 3 in this series. Yeah, they've only lost 1 straight. They must have won on Saturday. Yep, but they've lost 4 out of their last 5, and we have now taken the lead of the National League West. And we got 6 games with Colorado before the trade deadline. 3 in Arizona, 3 in Denver. All right, here are the American League All-Stars. Anyone really fantastic? This Martin Gasparini guy continues to be phenomenal, and he will... Oh, no, he signed an extension. He does have an opt-out clause, which I think he's going to take, because... Yeah, he's good. Is he the highest WAR? 3.9? I think so. There's another 3.9. Chris Thiessen for Seattle's nice young center fielder. And for the Arizona Diamondbacks, our All-Stars are Katsui Miyachi has a 4.2 WAR, higher than anyone in the American League. Noah Syndergaard, 4.9. Wow, the Cubs have just stolen millions of dollars from this man. If you remember, he was signed, and he signed a 2-year extension? Are you kidding me? This guy has been one of the best pitchers in baseball history, and he can't get more than 2 years, $26 million? That is absurd. Absurd, I tell you. It's ridiculous. Absolute. Ow, I just hit my ankle on my chair. That was a very effeminate ow. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So Syndergaard 4.9, Miyachi 4.2. Any other Diamondbacks? Akira Higashi with his 3.0 WAR. I saw 4. Oh, I also thought I saw 4.6, but I don't think I did. That's American League. That's why. Any other for us? Sean Lugo for... Man, there's... National League's looking much better. And Tirso Ornelas... Is he a free agent after the season? I know I'm wasting a ton of time right now. He is not. He has an extension. So, yeah, unfortunately. All right, so I think I've not seen stats, but if there's one place we need to upgrade, it is in left field. No, Keston here is having a fantastic resurgence. That is very nice to see. I'm very excited. I mean, he has great ratings. He's never really put it together, and now he is. Hazley's still hitting well, although falling back a bit. Lewis has not hit as well since he came back. He was at 288. And starting second baseman is David Hamilton. He's hitting 299, so he's doing well. Sean Miller, yeah, it's not great. Let me see if I can find someone. If you can see my typing, you would know exactly who I'm looking for. This man right here. He's on a 2-year contract with the Nationals. If he would let himself be traded, it looks like he would. So I'm not trying to trade Takemu Collins. I'm just seeing. All right, so theoretically we could trade for Paul Goldschmidt. The Nationals are not having a good season. I'm sure they would like to get rid of him, and I really want him back because Sean Miller has been terrible. They would have to keep all of his money, which admittedly might be problematic. Our top prospects are both hurt. All right, so who could we trade? We don't have a great farm system. Wow. Josh Reuter barely moves the needle at all on that. All right. Takemu Collins, I just threw him in there to see if they would let us trade for him. So Anderson Cosma, obviously not going to be the centerpiece of this deal. Josh Reuter, really don't like him. Wow. Okay. Hartinen, not the core, but I think that's a good start. Steve Hartinen. What about Bedgood? Or just Sean Miller? Alright, Sean Miller doesn't really move the needle. David Bedgood. Any interest in him? He's having a nice season? No, they really don't. Alright, so Hartinen looks like a good starting point. What else? What else could we throw in? John Jacob, he was a 6th round pick last year. He's a lefty. Doesn't look great, doesn't look terrible. Let's see what they think about him. Still need more. They really want Jeffrey. I'm not giving up Jeffrey. Dan Thornton, the second baseman with good speed. Alright. Getting somewhere. Now, here's the one. Really don't think they're going to like me throwing in. But E-Gap Kim. Yeah. I really want to get rid of him. So, Sean Miller. Alright, that moved the needle a bit. Jamie Ward. I don't want to give up two top pitching prospects. So let's remove Thornton. So it seems they liked Thornton a bit. They didn't really like Jacob, but they liked Thornton. Alright. Well, we are getting rid of a lot of our infield depth. Okay, never mind. They didn't like Dan Thornton. I can't really tell with these guys whether they like or not. I know I'm not supposed to negotiate on screen. Man. Alright, I think I'm asking them to retain too much money. See how much I can afford. Can't afford. So I have to do 90%. And then I think, yeah, if I remove like a major league player, that really hurts. Alright, I'm going to try and get a Paul Goldschmidt trade. I'll be back. Alright, I have a possible deal, and it is giving up a lot. Big piece is Jamie Ward. He was our first round pick. Wait, there was a different guy. Jamie Ward or see if this guy could also do it. Arturo Rivero. I didn't add Arturo Rivero, did I? I added Dan Thornton. Let's try that again. Alright, they would almost accept it for Rivero. And yeah, I think I do like Ward more than Rivero. Also giving up Talbot, Behan, top prospect. He was, what, 3rd overall? Yeah. And just hadn't worked out under the new regime. Also, Steve Hartinen and 2 throw-in prospects. Almost gets us Paul Goldschmidt. Can I get it with... Okay, yeah, I can get it with Cabreros. And now, if I add in Trey Turner, because we need more depth, they will keep it all. Will they consider it? Alright, he will think about this. I am better with this one. I much rather give up Rivero, even though he's 2 years younger than Ward. I still think Ward has obviously higher ceiling, and he was a first-round pick, so we invested a bit more in him. Getting back Paul Goldschmidt, Trey Turner, and potentially having them eat all of both of their contracts, which would be huge, because we are still suffering from, oh great, we just lost Jeff Remy. Don't make me start Kim. He's been awful. He's so bad. I'll see if I can find, after this trade, we hear back from them. All right. Oh, come on. They wouldn't even do it with just Goldschmidt now? Really? Are you kidding me? This is horse shit. This is one of the bigger trades I have offered the CPU as far as prospect wise goes. That made sense. As far as prospects, like, talent goes. Oh, man. I want more than just Goldschmidt, man. I want Turner as well. Keeping all of it. Alright, let's try removing John Jacob. He is apparently a central part in this. Alright. Let's try removing Hartnett. Not as central of a piece, but there's no one who works. What about Dan Thornton? He's close. Cabreros is apparently a big part. What about, is Behan like just not huge? I mean, he's not huge, but he's still a significant part. Man, they really... I know it's because I'm asking them to keep all the money. Alright, I have a compromise. We'll give you back Behan. Not like give you back as if we took him from you. Almost argue the opposite. Oh, of course. Where is he? Should have just sorted by potential in the first place. How about Behan? For not Trey Turner, but Robbie Ray. You have to retain all of him. What the hell, man? He's had a really good season, yeah, but you guys are also a terrible team. Like Cabreros, there's nothing I can do there. No idea where he is. So we will sort by name. Add him back. Oh man, this would have been so much nicer if they'd accepted my deal. Dan Thornton. Alright, what can I give you instead of... I'm not giving you Ward. Wait, I have cash available. Okay, wait. If I ask him to retain the salary, but say gave them $8 million. Why? Why would you not take that? I'm offsetting his salary. Come on. It did make progress. But still, I'm not giving up like a top... That's what I find insulting. They wouldn't even have done it with Kim in the first place. This would be a fantastic deal for both teams. But I'm not giving you guys Jamie Ward. Alright. Thought I had something. Looks like we're cutting back out again. Alright. I am back. Have a trade for Paul Goldschmidt. Involves giving up Chris Baker. In fact, I'm going to just try it without Baker first, because I'm kind of pissed at the Diamondbacks because they're being real douche-canoes about this. So, right now they have Alberto's in the rotation and not Kim. We are going to call up Cordero. What my goal is, I'm going to try to negotiate, just because of the player limit, a separate deal for Robbie Ray centered around Sean Miller. Instead, as we lose the first game, Washington, seriously. I agree. We're not getting very much in return. What about? Actually, yeah, I'll give up David Bedgood. All right. So this is the deal. Gonna do. Wait. Okay. Could I save Rivero? No, definitely not. Nope. But I can save Behan. Alright. Well, Tim Cabe. This is the guy you want? And take him. Could I save John Jacob? I'd rather give up Murnane than Jacob, because at least Jacob has a chance of working out as a starter. So, yeah, there you go. Washington. For Paul Goldschmidt, we will complete that trade. And now we will try to go back to Washington, because they're having a bad season. 35 wins is second worst in baseball right now. Only worse is in whichever the last place team in the Central Division was. So now, I don't care if he's having a godlike season. He's Robbie Ray. He's not that special. I'm afraid of course, we're going to have to retain all the money. And I think that's why the computer's mad. Really? For a guy who has 5-star potential. I need another pitcher. And for some reason, they just really want to keep on a hold of Robbie Ray. Why? I mean, I know he's a good pitcher, and of course he's a lefty, but what makes him that special? I'm not actually trading Jamie Ward. See, the fact that they wouldn't even do it for these players is mind-boggling. I know trades are supposed to be more difficult this year, but this is too difficult. A top pitching prospect and a really good young first baseman for Robbie Ray, even if it's keeping all his money. All right, what if now I threw in the $8 million of cash? We're getting somewhere. Okay, apparently they really like Ricardo Salinas. I'm not cool with that because I need him. But it means that they're close. Alright, cutting again. See if I can get Robbie Ray. Alright, so everyone's being absolutely ridiculous. I don't remember who, but I offered Vince Stevens for Julio Teheran, and they said it was a very bad deal. That is just borderline absurd. So I don't think we're acquiring a pitcher. Frankly, because no one wants one. So unless there's a really good offer for Sean Miller, because I had a trade for Robbie Ray that could have worked, but it was just too much. They were asking for the world for Robbie Ray. And Robbie Ray's good. I'll give you that. It's not worth the world. Hold on, let me take a look at Joe Dimmers. I have spent so much time, so many cuts, trying to trade for a pitcher. It is getting absurd. I'm sorry, there's just... people are asking for way, way too much. So I guess we're going with Diego. Even like relievers I can't get. So we will activate Paul Goldschmidt, send down Sean Miller, who has a bright future, is just not ready now. And we will call up Hartonen. And let's simulate to the end of... I'm just kind of like disappointed right now, just because as we've lost 2 straight to Colorado, they're just asking way too much for Robbie Ray. And we get Nikaido back, which is nice. And Nate Barrett just went down. So Diego Cordero, you might be coming right back up to the majors. So yeah, we are tied with Colorado. So right now we are playing San Diego, who's 2 games below 500 in San Diego, and we are losing for some reason. We bounce back, split the first 2. Series finale, we lose, and Nate Barrett's out for the rest of the season. Great. So yeah, Diego Cordero's coming right back up because I couldn't trade for anybody. It was absurd. I was asking people to retain like $800,000, but they're like, no, it's 100%. It's too much. I am just pissed off. We actually have 7 games against Colorado. So we have a 4-game set in Denver, not a 3-game. But we take the first, take the second. We're now tied again atop the division. Actually, we are in first place because we have a better winning percentage. Lose the third and the rubber match. We'll either get back into first, which we will, I was going to say, or fall back, but don't have to worry about that because Miauchi had a fantastic game and he's on a bit of a hot streak. ERA down to 2.59 after giving up just, let's see, what's that? 2 earned runs in the last 25 innings. That's pretty good. All right, so we are in first place. Now we've got 3 against Miami, who is 6 games below 500. 4 against Miami. Fall game 1, Colorado wins, so we fall back down to second place. We are just 2 games behind in the win column. Of course, now we are even more as we lose again. And for some reason, we are losing to Miami. Of course, this team would do this to me. Lose 3 out of 4 to a bad team right before the trade deadline. Anyway, all right, I'll simulate the Milwaukee series and we'll get out. So only trade we are making, it's a big one, granted. We get Paul Goldschmidt for no money for 2 years. It's not nothing, but I still would have liked more. We win in extra innings. We've got a player dev update. Alberto's down, Luke up, Kim up, Hazley up. Sean Miller is apparently a 5-star player now. He's hitting nicely in AAA. Carlos Cortez is not that good. Top pitcher prospect falling because he's hurt. Josh Reuter is doing pretty well in Reno. DeLuzio is hitting, and Collins are both hitting so terribly that I'm going to send both of them down. So we will call up Reuter as well as Cosma. Yeah. All right. Now I've got 2 more games against Milwaukee that I'll simulate, and then that'll be it for this episode. Lose game 2 of the series. Feel like I said that a lot. And we win game 3. We'll simulate an off day. And we are 2 games out of the division with a month, I'll call it 2 months to go. We are decently comfortably in the first wildcard spot, up 2.5 games over San Diego, who has won 5 straight and 9 out of their last 10. And so we are 4 games up on the first team out of the playoffs. So, yeah, I think this is a good spot to end the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. A bit of a frustrating one for me, but that's just because trade negotiations with the Nationals are apparently impossible, and all teams. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. I'll see you guys next time with Pennant Chase, hopefully. See you then. Goodbye.